So let's take a look where we at. Is er een kruisje? Ja, wij doen. Vandaag in de lucht in. Ah, hij heeft nog een kleine muis, hè, Aliana? In huis ligt er een klein muisje, hè? Maak hem een keer op.
Die van jou ligt hier toch op?
Ja, ik ben daar bezig. Ik heb hier ook een nodig. Okay, good morning everybody. Oh. I have a new setup at home and I'm getting used to it. So, let's... I have a new setup at home and I'm getting used to it. Jam ketchup. So, let's go over yesterday's trade. What actually happened. Morning session was a good trade. Afternoon session was a job market. We actually didn't move at all. So we're still at that same range like yesterday. So nothing much to see. So first of all, let's go over yesterday's trade in the morning session. So this was... change my hourly settings to my time zone for a second. Okay. So this was 8:15, somewhere here. Okay, great. So this was actually our range, small range, and I was seeing that there was a huge fair value gap that was just trading into. So I said to go in with a half hour. This was actually the reason why I wanted to only see a half hour into it. We added once we got below here. And looking back at this, actually we could have added more. So actually after we added, we created a new fair value gap right here. We came back, we tested it, the stop should still be here, and actually we could have added again once we got below. That would have been actually on this candle right here. So on this candle we should have added one more time. I got off at 10, so I was not online to see this play out. But for anybody that was still behind the charts, I want to actually explain why we should add there again. So the stops were at, I'm not sure at the high or it was the week before. My target was this week as first TP, second TP actually that low, almost that low. This was actually first TP right here. So this should have been at least, everybody that was in this trade should at least had an R collected, even though we only risked a half hour. So once we came back up in this huge gap, this was the candle close, so right here till that stop should have added, if anybody added of course. And actually while we're in here, we actually came back into fair value gap, so somewhere around these areas we could have actually perfectly added one more time. So you will be in more risk than a half hour because this was already our half hour. And actually once we got below that wick, so that would be this candle, we got actually that high. So this was actually a third add-in spot that we could do. I do not recommend to do more than 3. I prefer 3, something like that would be actually the most favorable amount. So these would have been almost just similar in size, and the first one was actually a good one. So in total, this should have been the best rate. We did not add the last one. I just want to show you that you actually can add one more, so that you actually know what we could have done. If you hold all the way to TP2, I believe it was a fair value gap right in here that I said that we could have hit, and we actually hit TP2. So this was actually a good trade in the morning session. The afternoon session, I wanted to show if orb would have worked, and we actually had a nice patient moment. We came back up, we had the patience until we dropped. We closed below at 350, something like that, below the orb, and I wanted to see at least hit us that low. We did not. We actually did not hit it. We came all the way back up and we took out. So what does this market tell you? That we were going sideways. And actually the whole New York session, the high and the low was created in the first hour. So all the other trades were inside that hour. So I'm very happy that I actually said not to trade anymore and that we actually let go of it. The only thing that I did see when I was getting off the charts, that we actually created that 15-minute change in delivery. This is why I wanted to show you this. So in that 15 minutes, so even though this was chopped, this was actually the sweep right here of that New York session from last week. We also had London sweep, so we had actually 2 sessions that got taken out. After that, we actually had a 15-minute right here, this one. That was bigger than the previous one. So this actually indicates that we should change hand and that we want to go higher. Now, I went in with a very small amount just to test if it was working here too. It was a very chopped market, so I did not want to risk even a full R. I actually risked a half max on this. Now, what did I want to see after that? Once we got into this 15 minutes right here, I want to see if a value gap created out of it. And we actually did right here. We created that for value gap between those two. Once it get hit, you actually enter. So I entered on that a bit lower because I was not in time. I saw this one already came down, so I entered just a bit below. Stops would be at the low, and this trade took about 4 hours or something like that, and it didn't do anything. So let me take a look how far we actually took this. So from here till that first TP, that was 2.5 hours actually. And what did I target? Actually, the high should have been the best target. I would have actually played out, but the day after, because it was chopped, I actually just targeted this for value gap halfway. So what did I do? I just took that 3 minutes and I target halfway that for value gap. The reason why is because it was just chopping around all day. And this actually came twice very close to my stop. So in 1 minute this would not have played out. In the 15 minute actually this played out that change in delivery perfectly, and we saw the change of the movement. Okay, let's remove the drawings. So anybody who just got in stream, just rewatch it. You can actually play it back at this point. I'm gonna set out my alarms for the day. New York has already been taken from Asia, so we only have up and down in Asia and the lower parts of New York from yesterday. It's 8:10, so we still have a little bit more time. I hope everything goes perfectly, that you can see everything. Because I'm uploading the book from yesterday. So I took the first 3 hours already out of it. So I'm uploading it. I'm on 40% at this point. You can see I still have to record about 4 hours from here. So you can already listen to a part of it normally today. The first outlook for today. We are still in the same area. Nothing happened. We tapped 4 times that for value gap. Now for me this is now closed. So 1, 2, 1, 2 big taps and almost hit the full. This one is closed for me, that 4 hour. So if we decide today to move lower, we will go at least to this gap here, same as yesterday. If we decide to move a bit higher, we will take out this trend line liquidity right here that's been built up. It does look like the market first of all will take out New York session and then continue maybe the move. We do have news this afternoon, so keep it a bit calm today. 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon of my time actually. We do have news that can actually influence the market a bit. That could be the reason why we actually did not have any volume yesterday. Switch. Well, this is actually a funny setup now that I'm doing. Zit er weer was. Daarom gebruik ik ze niet. Zit er mee speciaal dingen gedaan. So no real bias for today. Just see what the market breaks. If we go up, we follow. If we go lower, we do the same. I'll take a minute to look at the chat. Somebody said something. John, I won't be able to make the bootcamp today due to work. I'll catch up over the weekend. Okay, catch up. That's okay. It's an important lesson today, so definitely make sure you watch it. Actually, all the lessons are important, but this one actually will was actually going to upgrade your skill of trading. So I'm gonna give you a small sneak peek already for what we will do. So today we'll be editing your journals. So I will go over all your journals. We will retest every trade we took, so to see if we can actually improve our trades. Where did everybody make the same decisions that went good or not good? What can make you more profitable? I want to do this actually immediately because we're 2 weeks in now, almost 3 weeks of trading, and I want to see how much I can improve you in the next coming weeks. Because if we can reduce about, say, 1% of the stuff we did over and over again, and we can take 1 out of those stuff, that actually makes us a lot more profitable. So maybe it's we moved our stop too soon, maybe it's just we didn't know how to add, maybe it's small things, but if we can reduce them and make sure they are done correctly, we actually make ourselves much profitable or more profitable. So make sure you definitely watch it. It will be one that you will enjoy. Because the models we already have, and I will go over maybe on Thursday I will go over the models one more time too, so that everybody knows exactly how we use them. I hope all of you stayed off the market yesterday, because this is actually, you can all see this, right? That this is a chopped market. These are 15 minutes, so I hope you all stayed off of this. The only time that we actually could have seen a correct movement was actually in here. So after that sweep, probably in here somewhere, we could have seen a small change in delivery, but actually we can see the high and the low was created. So we're still inside. So once you see these market conditions, never touch it, guys. Just let it go. It's a day that we were here. We were disciplined. We stayed behind the charts. We watched everything. We saw everything move. And we did not do anything. So that's being very disciplined. It's important that you can do this. Okay, so we have our range. Our range is about 16 points big. So that is at least $32 per contract. Learn to calculate this immediately. Oh, you little kitten. You actually have big nails, my friends, and they are not soft. Get off, please. Yeah, if a kitten comes jumping on your lap with her nails on, I can imagine. It's not a funny feeling. If we go actually lower, we will definitely take out our low, and then I want to see how we react off of it. So if the orb breaks to the downside here, we will take very close measurements. So if I see the market come back up and immediately tap the orb again, we will get out of it if we trade the orb session. Just the reason is both sessions are very close. And the main trend is still going up. We can see we are still trading higher. So we created a higher low and a higher high. So that was the low, that was the high, that was the low, that was the high. So we can come back all the way to halfway here, of course. So we could drop to this daily gap right here, but that's another 300 points, so it's doable, and then create a new high. But I want to go ahead of time. Let's just see what the market gives us. If we go up, first target would be, of course, this sell side, this buy side liquidity, and then these gaps right here. So this actually looks like, in 5 minutes, this looks like a bullish structure. Reason why is we came in, created a value gap. Would even be better if we swept the low, but this is actually a bullish structure. So nice candle, good volume into. We tapped for 5 minutes for value gap, and I want to see if we can get to that high again. If we do, and we break that high, that means actually we have a continuation movement. So if we go up, that would look something probably like this. Stop at our low. So this is at least a 1.4 that we can make. So 3 more minutes until the close. If this hourly does so this will be, I'll put a line here first. We will take a look how we enter here, and if the market does decide to continue higher, we could actually take it to this 1 hour for value gap right above here. That would be my first main target. We create for value gaps, yes, right here. We still have a small gap that's untapped, so stops will be at the low. The reason why is there is a gap right here that's been untapped still. The 5 minutes, it looks very nicely to put it right here too. I'll put it at the low. The reason why is just because of that small gap right here that was inside. So for anybody that's interested in the book, Best Loser Wins, like I said, I'm uploading it. I'm on 47%. So I keep to my word. I bought it yesterday. This was the book, an audio version that I bought. The rest of the recording will be done today, and I'll make sure that it's uploaded by this evening, if I get there as fast. If YouTube wants to upload it just as fast. Actually, by re-listening it, I mentioned there will be a few things in that you cannot understand, and I'll make sure you got that documents too. I got the book myself too, so at a certain point they tell you to watch the chart. But actually, if you're listening to an audiobook, you can't, of course. I'll make sure you have that one too. So we got about 1 more minute. This would actually be a picture perfect trade if we swept our low before we headed up. Did we already break? Oh, so that's 25, so that's the break. Did we break it? Oh, we may niet. Hey, well. Oh, this is funny. MNQ broke the high and NQ did not. So on NQ there was no breach. I see my wife sitting beside me and she told me that we just breached, and I did not. So if you can enter here perfectly. So if on MNQ it did breach, I backtested on MNQ anyways, but I would have taken it too. This looked like a bullish structure, so I would definitely get in it. ES already took PDL. Yeah, ES did take it, and then it started moving up. So probability that NQ will take it is maybe less, because they're already doing the same movement. Or NQ just comes behind and then wants to take it before we move up farther. So stop should be here. I would put stops at 23,000. $734. So my second TP is actually a 1 hour for value gap that we would trade into. So that should be a 2.22, so that's a nice collection that we made out of it. I'll just put it on the chart. Ah yeah, so we did enter. Stops at the low. And TPs are just on the screen right now. So I put the numbers on it. So this is for the orb traders, by the way. So anybody that trades pre-orb session should be in this. I'm about 8 weeks off, so in about 8 weeks I'll join again. My wife is taking the same trades, so we should have the same end result, or almost the same end result. How much for one-on-one right now? Wax on gross, what you mean by one-on-one? Education? Rexton? Yeah, I'm a day trader, and I used to trade crypto more, but at the moment I'm a bit more swing trader in crypto. I do take them occasionally if I see a very nice setup. I'll definitely take them. I have a nice, most of the time I have a nice profit. Of course, not every trade goes correctly. Send me a DM actually, that would be better. So I'll give you an invite. Are you in my Discord, Rexton? Yeah, I know. So I'll give you an invite link. Send me. Isn't crypto safe just because you have practically unlimited rates? So here you have an invite link to my Discord. Send me a DM on there. We'll work something out. Isn't crypto safer trader? I actually did the same. Doesn't matter. Is it more real? Yeah, because on prop firms you don't trade real money, and on crypto you actually trade your own funds. So you'll be at the beginning mindset stage. You'll be less. You'll be more careful in how you trade. But they're actually the same. Both of them actually can get the same results. It also depends on how much time you have. If you have less time and you have more time to trade over weeks or months, then it's probably better that you take crypto, because prop firms do not allow you to trade overnight. If you have the funds and you can actually just trade your own capital, yeah, you can do also future trading. It's the same. It's actually it doesn't really change that much. I actually don't have a goal for profit setting, because that makes me want to trade. So I do have, like, first of all, I want to just make my income, so I want to make sure that I can live from it. That's the first thing that I want to have, but I don't look at that week by week. I actually look at that 3 monthly. So I want to make sure that I at least have all my incomes, get out of it at 3 month based, and then actually have some extras, of course, too. In the last months was actually very great trading sessions for me. So crypto is just a huge passive income at this point, and Nasdaq trading is actually my expenses, daily expenses, something like that. You can say it. Now this week I felt it in my portfolio of crypto when we went 10-15% down, but after a move up for about 120%, I was actually very normal. I have no idea who that is. I actually don't watch people. YouTube profile. It has about 1 million followers. Is he an actually good trader? I have no idea. So it's a trader, assume. So let me get one thing straight. If you it depends what strategy I use. If I trade this strategy, what I'm now presenting, that's about a 63% win rate. When I'm trading the new strategy that I'm testing, it's about a 48% win rate, but I'm still profitable. Yeah, look, if you don't have capital, it's impossible to make 10k a day. So don't let people get you fooled up so that you actually think or believe that you can actually make 10k a day instantly. It's not. It's not possible, my friend. So once you want to make 10k a day, okay, if you have 100,000 or 200,000 laying around, you want to trade with it, perfectly, you'll make it. But if you don't have that kind of capital, you will not make 10k a day. I don't believe it. You will have to risk at least $1,000 on a trade. if you don't have the mindset yet to take that capital and use that and leverage it and be able to let go of it, it's not going to be an easy journey. You'll get there, but you'll have to change your mindset about everything that most of people teach you. Yeah, it is. So yeah, if he trades with what, yeah, but that means Rexton, make sure that you know his full capital too. So if he actually has a full capital of 100,000, that means he risks 1% of his capital. So that's a normal trading session. But if you don't have 100k laying around and that's trading money, so that means only 10% should be trading money if you're trading, and the other 90% should be actually investing money. So that means that he has at least $1 million of capital. So if he has $1 million in capital, yeah, he can spend $1,000. If you only have like 10k at all in total, you cannot spend $1,000 a trade. That means that you give 10% of your portfolio. That's a lot, dude. So money ways you will get there, but don't believe that you get instantly rich by trading. It's a not easy job, my friend. It's actually one of the most difficult jobs in the world, and not because of its knowing, it's just because of following a strategy, constantly doing it over and over again, and making sure that you actually get to the point that you want to get. And the most not easy part is mindset. So once you're getting profit, you will have to scale in. Once you get unprofitable, you have to scale out. So you will have to master your own emotions, and they will come at a rapid pace if you're trading high capital. How many trades? Right to paste from the bottom. Controlling the mindset is the hardest one. Yeah. No, I do pre-orb sessions. So this is actually this is actually a strategy that I made. So the people that do trade pre-orb session with me actually already are in this. So they are. My wife is already in it now at this point. So first TP would be here, second TP will be up here. So we're already in this. We're not gonna wait until open. So normal trading sessions, I take about 5% of my trading wallets to trade with. If I trade prop firms anyways. If I trade no prop firms and trade real capital, I only take 2% of my capital always per trade. Winning amounts I make between 15 and 50 R a month. So per percentage that beats 2%, so that's between 15 and 50 R. So that means 50 R means 50% of that trading capital. So it increases and decreases by making profit or not profit. So it's always 2% of it total. So say that you have 2,000 left, so 2% of that. If you have 20,000, it's 2% of that. So when it increases, you gain more. When it decreases, because yeah, you have less to risk. But it stays 2%. It doesn't increase or decreases. I got a full audit journal, so if you go to my Discord, you can actually see my journal. Hey John, can I check if AS sweep D preferred NQ doesn't? It's Buddhist SMT and Q and likely to take. Yeah, I believe too. So I actually have the same idea that we actually got up, so should get up. So because somebody said ES already, so look how high we are already on ES. So should not necessarily need it that we need to sweep this. It depends actually how ES reacts right here. So we're in the last value gap right here, the 5 minutes, maybe a 15-minute too. So yeah, if we can sweep that high, we probably go all the way up. This high is actually very important right here. We're still in this 15-minute value gap now, This is that protected stop. Once we get the breach to that one, we actually will continue higher. But we'll need to be patient until that high sweeps to be 100% sure. Nonetheless, I would definitely have taken this. This just shows you what a strategy is, and a strategy is to follow through on your plan, and this is how we actually get profitable. By constantly repeating, journaling, seeing how we get to it, and then actually go again. No, my stop is 2%. How much I gain, that depends on the market. So say this trade now, if you would risk 2%, I would risk 5%. So this means that you would get 10% profit. If you have full TP, first TP would be around 1 point. So here I would take an R collection off, so 1% I would take, 2% I would take off, and the rest I would let go. If we still have contracts left, so that means that, so that means that we have an extra 19 points in the last part. So try not to put your mind at how much you earn a day. This is, Braxton, this is actually the most scalable income in the world that you can have. You cannot go to you. Yeah, I got always my take profits, and I have trail stop up. So once I get a profit in crypto, I just trail my stop up, and I let the trade run. Every time we have a new bullish structure created, I just let it run higher. After a sweep of liquidity, we see a structure change and still have movement. So say that we go from here, we had a creation vary gap, we had a change in the boss, just change the structure, we had a continuation. Okay, great, that means that we can trail our stop up from here if we took it to the lows. Once we have again that sweep, we touched it, okay great, we can trail our stop up again and we can continue. Even though if the market does come down, we actually are already here, so we already have that part of profit. Does it come down? Okay, I'll get stopped out here. It doesn't matter, I don't want the full run. I want to see how far the market can take us. Yeah, correct, Hugo. It actually, that's the biggest one, so make sure that you always thank you for the walkthrough yesterday trades. I know, so that I did I only get after adding, but I missed one. That means I added. Okay, Nicholas, if you are today at bootcamp, we will go over all trades today. So I will audit all your journals live with you guys, and I want to see where we had some errors, or where you guys had humanly not fully completed into it. So, and I want to do this now immediately, because we're now 2 or 3 weeks in. I want to make sure every small error that we actually had, that we can adjust it, make sure we don't do it again, and that we actually can profit out of it in the long run. So I'll make sure that we go over every journal today. So it will be a bit of a long one, but it will actually help you collect it and make sure that you actually have all the information. Perfect, Nicholas. I don't sell fast. I'm secure, so I know how much there is in here. So in this trade, actually, where we are here, what do we see? So let's go over this. We have a small 15 minutes. We don't have 5 minutes. So actually, this 5 minutes has taken out everything. We are now in the last part of this fair value gap. I want to see that push up right here. I don't want to see a stall too long around this area. Now, we can, if we have one more fair value gap in here, we could move a little bit lower I'll preserve your capital longer. So most of people are not able to subtract capital out of the market when the market does not do your thing, and they add to not winning trades. I add to a winning trade. So I prefer to add to my winners, and I take off when I see the market completely change its hands. I'll probably even get half already off at halfway. I'll leave my stop because I don't want to create a bad habit. So we want to have a good habit. So leaving our stop makes it a good habit. So that means that we know how much we put in the market and that we are okay with by giving this to the market. I will reduce if I see the market go not correctly. But you can rewatch my lives. I actually trade live every morning and afternoon. So go rewatch a few of them at Rexton and see if you resonate with me, yes or no. If you don't, I'm fine with it. I'm not the average normal trader. I will actually point you out and actually say to you that you're not gonna be a millionaire in the first month if you're just starting with trading. And if you have already traded a bit, you actually know that this is not a possibility to make $1 million in the first month. In time, yes, you can do this in about 1,000 trades. You can be a millionaire. So that would make you about a millionaire in about 2.5 years. And that's actually very fast. You have to try any activity to do to make you a millionaire in 2.5 years. Dude, that's a very fast scalable business. This is why we work in percentages and not a dollar fixed. So as soon as the market opened, how much money do you throw in a day? I didn't throw in anything yesterday. I actually no, I threw in a half hour yesterday because it was a chopped market. In a morning session, I made people money. I didn't trade. I actually told all of my students I would not trade I will only trade one set of rules and one strategy during the 12 weeks I'm educating them. Because I ask them to do it, I will do it myself too. I want to show that you don't need to be advanced, you don't need a lot of strategies, you don't need anything, you just need a couple of rules that you can follow. This is trading. Trading is not a fancy thing to do, it's a very boring thing after a while. So this is why we are a group here together. We make it fun. We make sure we have actually hold each other accountable. So make sure that we actually do follow the rules. If we don't, we also have to be accountable for each other. Make sure why we don't follow the rules. And how many trades do you do a day through these? There is a limit. Yeah, I can give 3 hours in the market. So that means I can give to 6% a day to the market. After that, I actually don't trade again. But it also depends on which strategy. So if I do the 1 minute change in delivery, I actually have to do it sometimes 4 times. But that 4 time actually gives me 5 to 6 times the amount that I put in. It also depends on what market structure we are in. It depends a lot. So you don't always put a full hour into it. So yesterday we put a half hour into it. The reason why is the market didn't show me it wanted to go higher or it wanted to go lower. It was already in this area and it was going chopped. So, and we were inside 2 huge fair value gaps. And the reason why I didn't want to put full hour into it, because this was a big possibility once we swept this that we could go back up. So I didn't want to take that risk. This only takes time, so you can't get this the first time. You just need patience and see how markets move. If you never traded Nasdaq before, this is a whole new way of trading than crypto. It's not the same movement. It doesn't do it. I got 2 strategies. The pre-orb session and I had a change in delivery state. And the third one is actually a continuation movement. So this is actually how to add. So I'm trading with a capital over 400,000, my friends, at this point. 1, 2, 3, 360, sorry. Almost 4k, 400,000k what I'm trading with. So you can count it yourself, 2% of that account. So it doesn't matter how much you made in the long run. It matters how much you make right now. Look at your state of being, not at mine. I've been doing this for over 5 years. I've been through most of the movements. I've seen most of it, felt most of it, felt all the emotions that I could have felt, and had to live with them, had to learn them, grow out of them, journal out of them, make sure that I can repeat it. And now I trade with confidence without having to do the other part. But I don't look at bucks anymore, I just look at percentages. So in about 7 minutes we actually have market open, so that actually will be one of the things that we want to see. I do want to see that market open, continue, move. We will have maybe a small dip because we're creating 5 minute for value gap right now. So if we the next 5 minutes creates that 5 minute again, we probably will see if we have an immediately continuation at 9 o'clock. That would be immensely lovable, and I would really like that movement to see. If not, we will see how we get there. Yeah, that's a mental statement. So to get to that point, my friend, you actually need a lot of trading. So trading is scalable, but you need to have a mindset to give a capital to the market too, and that takes time. You cannot so try, if you ever try a prop firm, try to put $1,000 into a trade and see if you have any emotions. If you don't have any emotions, congratulations, your mindset is good. If you do, and you hardly can stay in it for like a minute or two, you need some work, that's all. And that takes time. I cannot teach you that. I can only show you how your emotions work and how to stop them, but they are still there. Mine are still there. They just need to be out of the market. I don't trade S&P. I only trade Nasdaq and crypto. I don't trade gold. I don't trade anything else. I just trade Nasdaq and crypto. That's it. Nothing else. I keep it strict. You don't need 15 pairs to trade. You just need a good strategy that works. So how many hours a day do I do this? I'm online 4 hours a day. Always. With the whole group. Today it will be 1 hour and a half. And about 30 minutes after I stop the stream, I got education. So I'm training all these people in my group. So today I'm online till 9:30 and 3:30 in the afternoon, or 3:15 in the afternoon, I trade live again. If I see my own setups, and if I have a chance. If I see crypto, I'll post them, indeed, if I have any. Now crypto I just do off stream, so that I don't stream live. I just stream live Nasdaq. Because I know not everybody has capital to trade with, and this is the only way that you actually get a very cheap price for capital. So there's no 15-minute inside, so that's good to see. So we've got about 3 more minutes and now we have market open. I do want to see that clean push actually up to that first TP already. If we get there, I want to see how we move at that point. We have a big probability that we actually, if we tap that immediately, that we could come down because we're trading inside this liquidity here. So that was buy side liquidity that we could take, and there is a possibility that we trade into this. These two for 5 minutes for value gaps stacked on each other. So let's see how we react there if we actually move through it and we don't have a return of it. That could actually mean that we could maybe hold it a bit longer. But that would be target 1, target 2. If you have multiple contracts in. Remember, if you are trading and we take partials, we take at least 1 hour off of it, no matter what. If that is all you have to take, you will have to take all. Was no adding spot at this point. You got about 3 minutes till open. So if this one keeps moving up, would be great to see. At least if we sweep that high, we created a new 5 minutes, and then we actually have a possibility to add to this trade. So if we can create this 5 minute right here and keep it open, we are actually having a possibility to add to this trade. Until then, we'll have to be patient. Can you take that high? So 365.5, 365.5. So M and Q just made equal highs. I've seen. Once we've taken that high, I actually want to see that push through it. So that was the high that got taken. Now I want to see that push. So especially because we have open now right here. And we did sweep some liquidity right there. So I do want to see now that continuation push. If we come in here in this 5 minutes, I do not actually want to see us come back to that entry point. So we now came into that first 5 minute for value gap. We probably will tap that second one, so that should be actually our 71, 73, so something around that. That will be our TP, first one. The reason why is again because we have into two imbalances right here of value gaps that are stacked up to each other. I do want to see us hit that for value gap. That would be a nice indication, and then that continuation would be good for the movement. So give open a bit of time. If I see in the next 10 minutes that we come back to entry, we will take at least half off again. There is no reason for us to actually come back down here. The only thing that still is possible if we come back down is that we sweep actually New York low, and we don't want that. So Now, be calm, let the trade do its thing, we're in it anyways. So again, I'll repeat, if I see the market come back to our entry in the next 10 minutes, we at least take half off and put our stop under that 5 minutes. We can actually put that stop right here already. So stops can be moved to that wick that came down, so stops are now at 23,737. So a bit higher. So actually that wick here for the 5 minute chart. It's not much, it's about 3 points. So So we can perfectly fill up this 15 minute for value, 15 minute candles. So candles like to connect to each other, so once we get down a little bit, it's okay. We can perfectly combine them and then continue higher, so be patient. So this is just I wasn't following the chat, guys. I was watching the chart at the moment because it was open. So this is just the reason why I use TradingView is because first of all, I got called out by TopStep that I could not share it. Second of all is because this keeps my mind a lot more ease. Third of all, I can't set sessions on TradingView and alarms. I can't put alarms on TopStep, and I actually use them. And otherwise, I am on real money. It's something different. I can't put alarms either. So third, so the market takes a turn, you cash out immediately. So the market takes a turn. No, I don't cash out immediately. It depends on where. I just have fixed targets. So if the target is met and I see that the market changed its hands, I will just end the trade. I will not give something to the market unneeded. I don't put sets. I don't put TPs in. I just put them in for everybody in the educational part. I prefer that they can actually see where liquidity is. So it takes an eye to train a little bit. Did we actually tap that first for value gap? Did we? Oh, come on.
Because it's a lyric.
Did we tap this? Yeah, we actually tapped that one. I did actually want to see it get in. Give it a few more minutes, see how we actually develop this. There was 1.75. of my TP, first TP. So if we tap this now, I do want to see immediately push back off of it. Got still 7 minutes in this 15 and this still looks okay. The 1 hour actually looked okay too. Four hours is a bit different, but the 1 hour actually looks good, so let's be patient. So, some questions. Does automatic stop it with your, yeah. My stops are automatically already set into, so I'm behind 3 PCs at one at this point. If you would have my setup, you would actually be laughing how it actually looks at this point. So I have a small table and off on my other table. So I'm in my camper van actually trading at this point. So I have one table on site, another, putting my first laptop a bit higher. My second one is in front of it, where I can take my trades. And my wife is trading on the left side of me, trading the third one. No, I'm not sitting in my Tesla. I'm in a camper van. I would not buy a Tesla even. It's not my style. I prefer freedom than luxury. Luxury is nice to have, and I like to eat out. I like to do stuff, of course, with it. So money is good to have it as a tool, but I do not buy unnecessary things. I've done that already. I threw most of it out once I sold my first company. I'm on the Nasdaq, my friend, not on the S&P. So as soon as the market opens, you only do one trade a day with. So I trade Nasdaq, not S&P, first of all. And second of all is I can take multiple trades. I'm okay with it. I cannot go over my max limit, what I give to the market. That I'm not okay with it. So here we have that tap. If we have this tap, I want to see immediately a bullish reaction off of this. I want to see it get tapped and then go up. I don't want us to sit around here at all. Again, if we get to that entry point, I want you to take at least a contract off. If you're only in with one contract, so be it. So that means BE. If we do move up further, we can have some nice profits. If not, we done as good as we can. Clean entry, it's nice movement, no news coming out, so no reason for us to actually go lower at this point. We should actually keep going higher. We can of course fill this up until that low, so this would be 1 minute close below here would be a full close. So this would be soft stop. Soft stop at 23,000. 749. So I don't want to see a minute close below this one, otherwise I want you to close the trade completely. It actually reduces almost everything that we actually put into the market, so there's no 30-minute for value gap, so we could close this gap completely and then continue, but I actually want to see it do this in the next 2 minutes, because we came into this for value gap right here, and now I want to see us have a strong push out of it in the next 2 minutes. I want us at least to close back to the high of this candle. That will mean that we actually have that continuation movement. So give it a bit of time. We still got about 1.5 minutes in this first 15 minutes of the opening range. Oh yeah, go to sleep, my friends. Yeah, the Nasdaq is open from at my time zone. It's open from 12 o'clock in the evening. So in Nasdaq you have 3 time zones. You have London time zone, Asia time zone, and you have New York time zone. The most volatility is in New York time zone, but does not mean that you cannot trade London or Asia time zones. It depends on where you are living at the world. No, I'm not USA, I'm Belgium. You cannot, you can trade it on multiple businesses. I used to have a wig business, so I used to have made wigs for people that had hair problems. So we made for hair solutions. Actually most of the things were for girls, but some boys came too, to help them actually feel more comfortable back into their own skin. Before I answer how much more the program is, I'll want to make sure that you actually fit into my being, or the persons that we are actually. So we are not so just the average trader. So I'll call you out if you don't do the things that you have to do. I am always going to be friendly, but I am going to be hard to. So that means that I will let you do stuff that you need to do, and it will sound strange at certain points what you will have to do, but it will help you create a good mindset for trading. So, but just join the Discord for a while and watch if it fits you, yes or no, or just come to the streams here, see if it's fit for you. If it is, after 2 or 3 lessons, when you are here and you still feel like this is something I want to be part of, join. Actually, my first lessons were fully free, so I actually didn't ask anything. I'm a full-time trader, so I make my earnings. I'm sitting here the same like you all are, being patient. I got about 13 minutes, guys. In 13 minutes I'll log off. I need 30 minutes break before we do the bootcamp. You all know me by now. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30, I get off. So the next 2 minutes, I do want to see that push up. So that 15 minute can close, claim not a good mouse what I have on this computer. So the 15 minute came good, so we tapped that. So we did create a small 15 minute value gap, right? No, we did not. So actually this one should have that continuation. We can see small candle, we did tap that for value gap, so we should here actually keep moving. Again, if we come back to entry, take half off, people. I don't want to see that entry point get hit again. This is more chat than I'm used to by reading, because if I trade, I actually do not always watch chat. So let's go tomorrow. Okay, great. No, you're at Nasdaq. Thanks, Lev, for helping the chat a bit. I appreciate it. So what business did I have? There was a hairpiece, a Wix. I said that so people trail. Yes. So I don't get through you. You can trade US stocks till the morning. Yeah, we can trade stocks almost every. So let me take a look at this. So this is when the market closes. Right here. So my time zone, that would be 10:45 until 12 in the morning. So 10:45 until 12, it's closed. So it's an hour closed, I believe. If we take hourly, that would be 10, from 10 to 12. We see this in minutes. 5 minutes. It's a very small time only closed. I start from 11 to 12, it's closed. So 1 hour, it's closed, that's it. And then you can always trade it. And this is the opening gap that they call it. So this is daily opening gap. So they tend to get filled up rather quickly. They already did right here. They filled it up. Voor u sexy. Als we boven de laatste week komen, mocht je adden. Of wel eerst normaal traden. Ja, als we daar eigenlijk boven komen, moet je adden. Oftewel als je erin komt, add je. Dat is je keus. Hoe dat je het doet. Dan weet u dat dat een beetje naar uw hand is, hoe dat hij het liever trade. Sorry for my Flemish for a second, guys. I was actually talking to my wife. Doing stocks, then how much? Okay, so into 2003 count. Can I technically trail? Can I technically trail your bets? How do you mean? I didn't understand this question. I don't understand. Rexon, can I technically trail your bets? So rephrase that again. So you only trade when the market goes down. No, I trade both sides. My bad. So you only trade first thing in the morning, what the market opens up. I trade the morning session right here from 8 a.m. my time till 10 normally. So today 9:30. And if I see a good setup, when we have a change in delivery and sweep, I try to post it. I also have a crypto trade that I see that it's a very good setup, so that will be very soon. Actually, we had a nice decrease of, we have a nice sweep of liquidity, so we should actually have a change in hands right there. So probably soon we get actually some crypto trades too. And one more thing, what percentage is your average you think you make? If I get 2% out of the market or 4% out of the market, I'm happy. No, I do not. So my strategy this month was only that I could trade once we got a liquidity sweep. So every time we swept a session, I was allowed to trade. So the next 8 weeks, I am not trading this strategy. I am only trading sweeps. So every time it got swept, I have actually a second strategy, so that has a reversal pattern inside. So once we see a 15-minute change in delivery, we actually go enter on a 5-minute based retest. All the strategies are in the Discord, so if you join, you will see them. I actually made a movie of the first one, and if you follow along long enough here, you'll understand them all. It's good that you ask questions. That's always good. It's important. But do go, if somebody tells you he makes $10,000 a day, make sure that you also know how much his portfolio is, and how long he actually has been trading, because that's the most important thing. Trading can make you a very rich person, but it takes time. Do know a percentage seen that only about 7% of everybody that's in the market makes money. So if it was charting, everybody would make money. So it's not charting, it's mindset. And scaling in to profitable trades and scaling out to not profitable trades. What people do have is actually they make about 60% of the trades are correctly, but the thing is that their profits are way too small in comparison to their not profits. So if your not profit is 1 hour and you only make like 0.7, that's not a good trade. You should at least make 1 out of 1 and then have 60% win rate. You'll be very profitable. But if you can reduce your not profits by 0.2, 0.3 every time you trade, and you only have like 1 hour, that makes your collection even bigger. And I can give you every strategy that you can have. The only thing is you need to be able to trade that strategy, because this is the less easy part. People following a plan. They can follow a plan to make a closet, or put closet together, or a table together, or anything that furniture is. Likewise, they can follow a plan for that, but they cannot easily follow a plan actually when we have to. And when do we have to follow a plan? It is actually in trading. We have to follow a full plan. And keep your brain out of it, because it's here to protect you and not to help you in trading. I use USDT in Belgium and USD for trading. I actually always trade USD. So crypto USDT and USD is for Nasdaq trading. So these next 4 minutes do have to push that 15-minute higher. On a scale 1 to 10, how hard what is trading? Trading is very easy. The only thing is not easy is your mindset. That's the only thing that I cannot teach you. So this is something all traders have to go through it. It's easier when somebody guides you through it, but you still have to get over it. So I cannot prevent anybody. Mindset. Controlling mind. It depends. It also depends from person to person, or human to human. Actually, it is. Some people are easy getting over it themselves and easily doing the things that they have to do, and some people just lack. What do I mean by that? It's actually if you are able. So we tapped that 5 minute one more time. So we still had a small gap. So this still looks good. So if we now continue the higher and move up higher, that would be actually amazing to see. We then filled up that full 5-minute gap. So again, back to that question. So to make sure that you actually have a good mindset, how easy is it? It depends on who you are. How easily can you do repeatedly the same thing over and over again without doubting yourself? If you're in it, send me a DM, Rexton. I'll upgrade your level. Then you can see everything. So if you want to see Discord, it looks actually like this. So this is the full Discord. You probably see only 1 or 2 channels at this point. Yeah, I got step-by-step instructions. For your mindset related, that you have to journal all your trades and we can adjust them. You need to write down if you ever are in a trade, if you have emotions, yes, which, why, how, what did you do? Yeah, it's okay, thank you. So also make sure that you know why you're doing it, why you had emotions, did you feel good, why did you not feel good, add to them. So those questions you need to write down. So did I do something that was in my trading plan? Yes. Why? Did I do something that was not in my trading plan? Yes. Okay. Why did I do this? Was it related to my trading? Was it accountable by my emotions? Was it because I did something yesterday that was totally out of the blue and I did feel very happy, but maybe I drank a bottle of alcohol or something like that. So write it down. So know where your strengths are, but also know where your not strengths are, so that you actually can improve yourself, because it all counts up and it's small parts that count up in a big while, in a big run. I probably will have got your request. Did I get my request? Is it Rezi? R-E-Z-Z-E? Or Z-Z-Z-E? Yeah, I got it. So now we actually filled up everything. I do want to see that change now. Like I said, if we come back to entry, at least half off. If we break that soft stop, get everything out. So this actually reduces almost everything that's in the market, so there's actually nothing left then. I'll leave my stop where it started, so I'll know how we started the trade. So we're now almost at entry, so if we do have that 1 minute close now, so 40 seconds, if we close, I would close the trade here. $30 seconds. Good trade, no matter what. Good stop, good analyzing. Yeah, well, this was actually a good trade. Even though you didn't make money, this was actually a good trade. Oh, we didn't hit that soft stop yet. No, we did tap it. So it should at least be half out already. This actually was a strong 5 minutes push lower, so we actually, if we close this in 2 minutes, we actually had the orb closing to the downside too. I've actually no idea what. Yes, it's actually at the same level, so we're actually hanging at around the same chords. This afternoon there will probably be a lot more volatility in the market. So like again, if we close below soft stops in 1 minute close, take everything off and let the market do its thing now. I'll be off for the day. I'll be back in about 30 minutes for the bootcamp. You see me in Discord anyways, people. Log your trades. I want to see them in about 30 minutes, so I want to see your journals in 30 minutes. We'll go over them. We'll make sure that actually people increase their profit taking. How much we actually missed my first TP by 2 points. Not even 2 points, so I did believe that we were actually gonna hit that 5 minutes somewhere, but you just hit the top, so I believe that we were gonna get inside. Was not the point. Can happen. We reduced all risk, so the max that you should have given to the market here is about 3.5 points. So this is actually nothing. That means that we actually had a BE trade today. See you all back this afternoon for the new trading session, and see the rest back in bootcamp in about 30 minutes. Have a great trading day.